Behind the million-dollar billboards, why Jamie Dornan chose to leave the catwalk. In the early 2000s, Jamie Dornan was the face the fashion industry craved. Ideal height. Sharp features. A cool yet captivating gaze. Giant billboards adorned the avenues of New York, London, and Milan, featuring his image, silent, perfect, flawless. Million-dollar campaigns followed one another. For many, it was the pinnacle of their dreams. But for Jamie Dornan, it was where he began to feel disappear. 1. When appearance becomes a golden cage. The modeling profession gave Jamie fame very early. But that fame came with an unspoken condition: stand still and be beautiful. He wasn't allowed to talk much. He wasn't allowed to express his personal thoughts. He wasn't allowed to age, become ugly, or change. Jamie once shared with close friends that each photoshoot was like an emotional freeze. He stood there, being staged, being edited, being told don't think about anything. And that's the problem. 2. Behind the lights is emptiness. No one saw Jamie after those hours-long photoshoots. No one saw him return to his hotel, alone, open his laptop, watch movies, read scripts, and then ask himself, "What am I doing with my life?" He earned more money than a young man could ever imagine, but in return, he felt like he didn't truly exist as a complete person. In the fashion industry, Jamie Dornan wasn't Jamie. He was an image. 3. The moment he realized he didn't belong. A designer once told Jamie, "You don't need to act. Just look into the camera." That seemingly harmless statement became the breaking point. Jamie realized. No one cared what he thought. No one asked how he felt. And worse, if he disappeared, that image could still be replaced. 4. The pressure of being typecast. Jamie Dornan began to be called the pretty face. A beautiful face. A perfect body. A perfect product for advertising. But he didn't want to be remembered for the rest of his life just because of his appearance. He once said to a friend, "If tomorrow I no longer have this face, who am I?" That question haunted him more than any lucrative contracts. 5. Nights of thinking about acting. During long trips between fashion capitals, Jamie carried scripts. Not because anyone asked him to, but because he needed a place for his emotions to breathe. He tried reading lines alone. Try getting into character. Try to feel the fear, anger, and hurt of the character. For the first time in a long time, Jamie felt truly alive. 6. A decision considered crazy. When Jamie told his manager he wanted to leave the catwalk to pursue acting, the initial reaction was shock. "You're at the top. Many people dream of being in this position. Are you sure?" Sure meant giving up money, stability, and existing fame. But Jamie understood. Staying was the safe choice. Leaving was the honest choice. 7. Giving up not because of hatred, but because it didn't belong. Jamie didn't hate modeling. He was grateful for it. It gave him opportunities, relationships, and a stepping stone. But he also understood. Not everything that brings success brings meaning. The modeling profession taught him how to stand in front of the camera. Acting taught him how to stand in front of himself. 8. The early years filled with doubt. Leaving the catwalk, Jamie wasn't immediately welcomed into film. He was doubted because of his modeling background. He was considered beautiful but empty. He was underestimated. There were failed auditions. There were times he wondered if he was wrong. But unlike before, this time, he was fighting for what he believed in. 9. Acting, where he was allowed to be imperfect. On set, Jamie didn't need to look good from every angle. He was allowed to be ugly. Allowed to tremble. allowed to be vulnerable. And it was this imperfection that made him feel free. A director once remarked, "Jamie has something many people don't have, a genuine insecurity." 10. When success comes the other way. As Jamie gradually gained recognition as an actor, people began to reconsider his past decision. No one asked, "Why did you quit modeling?" anymore. They asked, "How did you dare?" Jamie understood that if he stayed on the catwalk, he would become popular faster. But if he left, he would be respected, slower, but more genuinely. 11. Family and identity. Jamie once shared that he didn't want his children to grow up with a father known only for his looks. He wanted to be remembered for his choice, for his effort, for his depth, and above all, for his honesty with himself. 12. Conclusion. Leaving to find yourself. Behind the $1 million billboards is a man who once felt lost. Behind the fashion spotlight is a man who longed to be heard. Jamie Dornan left the catwalk not because of failure, but because he wanted to live a life free from constraints. And sometimes, the greatest success is daring to step outside of where others think you belong.